Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
John,
Hello.
you've grown hair and a beard.
I know. Thank you. All right.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Young Screenwriters. We are a resource community for up-and-coming screenwriters, and today is our anniversary. Isn't that sweet? Been doing
specifically the anniversary of Coffee Class.
Well, yes, that too. Yeah.
This is not the intro I was planning.
Well, I was waiting for you to do it.
But that's how this goes. Yes, I am not John. I am Carl. I am the man behind the scenes. And today, for our 1-year anniversary for Coffee Class, isn't it wild, guys, that we've been doing this for 52 weeks, and this is the first time I've been on it?
This is true. Yeah, normally you're hiding.
Yeah, normally I am hiding. I think it's pretty fantastic. So, real quick, in today's class, we're obviously not breaking down a movie. Instead, we're going to be learning a little bit more about Alexie and Adam and Young Screenwriters, kind of just taking this time to reflect on this year that we've been able to spend with everybody. Hello, everybody. All the comments are coming in. And what I think is the most exciting part about today is we will end with a little game, which you can participate in with your lovely comments. Adam and Alexie have no idea about this, but It will be very simple, and I think you're both going to kill it.
I think Adam's very skeptical in case his face wasn't clear enough.
I am joyous. I'm joyous. I'm just imagining that one of them's like, okay, Adam, monologue for 10 minutes. And I'd be like, I've been waiting for you to say that my entire life. That's my fantasy of how this is going to go, but we'll see how this goes.
Fantastic. Oh, well, we don't have a John story today because unfortunately John will not be able to join us today. But he wants to send his love and hellos to everybody. And sadly, that's funny. Adam's gonna read us Lord of the Rings. That would be
I can feel it in the water.
Amazing.
Things that once were lost, for none now live to remember it. Yeah, I can do it.
No!
It began with the forging of the great rings. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners, and
what have you done, Samantha?
I got rid of them.
You kind of
look, what happened? I don't know what happened, Adam.
God, he's going mad with power.
Incredible.
Oh God, this is not going as well as you thought it was going to go, Carl. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So how are we going to start
fun facts about John? If we need John stories, I'll do the best I can. If we need some.
Well, I was kind of hoping that you could tell us a little bit about the first time when you met John, but then the little organization you started around John. I don't think it went anywhere, but I think the people would love to hear that. Do you know?
Are you talking about the fan club that other students made?
Yes.
That was in it. I did not make it. That was someone else. No, I would never make a fan club. Are you kidding? I was silent. No, so I guess I met John freshman year because when you are going to Tisch, you get matched up with the current student, and this kid was this person was did not quite understand my anxiety, so I kept asking a zillion questions, and she was kind of like, look, just take whatever classes. It doesn't really matter. It's very just choose the time that you like. I was like, should I take at 8 a.m. or is that not good? And she was like, just do whatever you want. And the one thing that she said though is you must have John Warren for storytelling strategies. She's like, I don't nothing else really matters, but you must have John Warren for storytelling strategies. And I was like, okay. So I built my schedule around making sure that I had John for storytelling strategies. Carl's revealing things too soon. And So yeah, then I had
Think
John
about
for
what that
storytelling
means. What that
strategies.
means. Strategize.
Oh yeah, start plotting at him. And he had his little class in the basement, and it was like 12 people, and he did the things like where, well, first off, when I said I was from Kentucky, he was like, "Where?" And he was like, "What high school?" And he's like, "My cousin went there." And I'm like, "What? What is this?" And it was very strange. And then he made us do like really like on the spot things. Like we each told each other a story, and the other one had to tell it to the class and make it more dramatic. And I didn't know that it was going to be shared with class. So I might have told the other person a time that I hid from the cops in a storm drain. And then they immediately, as my introduction to John, shared that story with the whole class. So that was fun. And yeah, and then eventually people freaking love him, as you know. And so I was invited into a John Warren fan club, which had business cards printed, and it had raise the stakes on it and like some like fake, basically like Bible verse using a bunch of Johnisms. And yeah, they handed them out to people. And I think it pissed off some other teachers because people were jealous. But we would like meet and read each other's scripts, and that was the John fan club. And he was very flattered and also concerned. So there you go.
And Adam, I know your first experience with John was mostly through Young Screenwriters, but I want to ask you if you would share the time where you first met Alexie.
Yeah, I met Alexie, I believe, for the first time playing D&D with you at your mutual friend's apartment. They were two, I believe, Germans who they now have a baby, but and that's why they left to go back. But we met at their apartment in Fidei, and you asked me and I think several other friends to come. And when we played D&D, and it was, I believe, a one-shot based off of Storm King's Thunder, and it was a great time. Polymorph was used to create like 100,000 gold. It was fun. And yes, I believe so. And then afterwards, we had chatted with Carl and Alexie. We went back. We got like some tea very briefly, and we were walking back. Alexie was telling me about like, this project she was working on with this actor from Mean Girls, and it was sort of loosely based on his experiences of not being cast in Life of Pi, which was his dream role or something. I'm loosely remembering. This was a long time ago. But and the second time I met Alexie was during Carl's birthday, about a few months later. I think maybe the next year, where we also play D&D and we all talked and stuff. The reason I'm bringing this up is that Alexie doesn't remember either of these times, which is the joke. Alexie doesn't remember me the first time she met me at all. But once I got into the Young Screenwriters universe, and we started, building courses together and doing feedback, doing all the hard stuff, that's when we kind of became. I've been friends with Carl since before all that. So that answers your question. People who don't know it.
Yeah.
I think that people don't know that you didn't take class with John, that you weren't.
Yeah, I did not go to NYU. I went to Harvard and studied English. So I am a non-film school perspective. I am self-taught screenwriter, although I know many, 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 many people who went to film school. So I almost feel like I know what that experience is and the pros and cons. But I actually like that I'm not a film school perspective here. Because you pick up certain ideological, not principles, but principles.
Adam is the edgy Harvard outsider.
So
hardly.
A little college in Massachusetts. So here's a fun fact. Adam has never met John in person.
Yeah, I've not met John in person, but I have met him many times over Zoom, because I came onto Young Screenwriters exactly a year ago, and I think a month before, so it's a year and a month, and yeah, it's been the pandemic, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do remember I realized that because John was like, we've never met in person. How tall are you? And
Yeah.
you two were talking about
I
how
asked him
tall
how
you
tall
are.
he was. I asked him how
You
tall he
asked
was.
him?
Yeah, because I'm physically invasive, and I ask him questions. About, like, what shampoo did you use before your hair fell out? That kind of stuff.
So
He's willing to talk about it.
it's because John is not here. Do you think he would have an issue if at some point today we shared that photo of him?
Oh yeah, we should definitely share that. He wouldn't give a shit.
Fantastic.
And I don't care either way.
Yeah,
so everyone, at some point today, right before we play the game, we will be revealing for the first time John with hair.
It's a good picture. It's a good picture.
It is.
Carl, do you even have it? Because I have no.
I do not know.
Okay, I have it ready to go whenever we want to reveal it.
This is a good picture. It's solid
I
John
wanna
content.
do it. Can I do it? Can I do it now? Can I do it, Carl? I want to do
I
it.
feel like we
wait for it to
we
organically
gotta
come up
earn
with
it.
information.
Yeah.
How is it going to
gotta
be more
earn it.
organic than us literally talking about it?
We want people to leave. Like, you're intrigued by, oh my god, these people are so boring. I've got to get out of here. They're not talking about screenwriting at all. And I do want to see a picture of John with his hair. Shit, I'll have to stick around. We have to at least give enough of a pretense.
Okay, fair.
Like, what if people don't care? Stop talking, just share. Excellent. No, John is. The moment I saw this picture, I was like, "Oh my god, the stories are true." Yeah, he definitely was very, very seductive back in the day. I believe it. I believe every second.
I think I should share it. I think I should do it.
Okay. Made it like, oh, this makes sense.
I think I should do it.
All right, share, Alexie.
Right. While you're doing that, before you do that though, I just want everyone to know. Behind me is, I don't know, just some sneak peeks.
Wait, what was that? What was that beast? That picture of that beast on the right-hand side.
What beast?
Like, go up. Wait, go back up. Go back up again. No.
Oh, no. You missed it. You'll have to go back.
No, there was a creature. Antlers.
Carl, show it. What is it? Oh, that.
Why do you have a picture of like an elk?
A
deer, whatever that is.
The less you know, the better.
His sister painted it for him.
Really?
And
she's talented.
Yes, she is. Wow. I like how you called it a beast, and then now you're like, she's talented.
No, so Adam, you'll appreciate this. Apologize to all the writers listening, but for my birthday, she's going to be painting me a beholder.
Oh,
so
very good. Very good.
There. Maybe next year, everyone will see that.
But yes, people
then
are
that will be quite a beast.
Writing the pilot. Yes. Yes. Good job, Carl. Should we talk about that briefly?
That was a good reveal.
Yeah, so what we're going to transition into now is kind of looking, so like we are going to get to that. I guess that's another like teaser. But I want to ask both of you what your favorite coffee classes were, and shout out to our Discord, but also what coffee class were you kind of disappointed in?
Third Man.
That was your favorite?
So,
no.
Let's start with...
He said list your favorite and then your least favorite.
I just heard least favorite and I felt like I had to just say it.
Let's Adam, why don't you get us started off?
My favorite is Parasite. The breakdown we did for Parasite, because I made an incredible observation. I think I peaked in that episode. Like the banana observation and the child's photograph, and like the fact, not photograph, the painting that the little boy was drawing was the guy in the basement. And I made that connection, and I'm fucking brilliant. That was my favorite. My least favorite was Inception, and because I fucked up the outline, I totally.
That was the first time any of us tried to do it that wasn't John.
Was it?
Yeah, but you were the first one.
my if you watch that a breakdown of Inception, it's completely wrong. Not in terms of the events that happened, but like I got Act 3 totally wrong.
Wow, Joy G wins. Look at this. This is the correct answer. Good job.
It was a really good one. I really liked it. That was my favorite Avi episode. That's my favorite Avi episode.
Man, what did I like? I mean, I really enjoyed the pitch weeks, honestly. And I think we're going to bring those back. So that's going to be really fun.
We are. Yeah, that's going to be part of our future conversation.
And then I've always enjoyed like guest interviews, which I know is probably not the answer you were looking for. You probably wanted the movies I like, but I liked that a lot.
That's kind of a cop out, but
it is.
Is it a cop out?
Okay.
Fine. I'm looking through the list. I'm going to see which ones that stand out to me.
I thought your Spirited Away was pretty good.
Spirited Away was really good. That was really good. My favorite was probably Get Out. Honestly.
Oh, interesting.
Let's go.
One, I just think that movie is incredible, and I just think the conversations around it that we had were so good, and it was one of the early ones.
Yeah, it was good.
God, the early ones just kill me. I can't even look at them anymore. Adam, do you remember that I've dragged you on because I was like, Adam, I think it'd be nice if people met who's giving them feedback, and you can come on and give like feedback tips. And then you came on and you were like, spotlight, love it.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. You didn't know what a whore I am. You didn't know how shameless I was, or what a giant ego I had, or how good I am at just taking control of a conversation and monologuing.
So here's a fun fact. I would think the reason we would be demonetized on some of our coffee classes would be Adam, but in fact it is John who is the reason why some of our coffee classes get demonetized, because he's filthy. Yeah,
because you can't talk about certain things, and John sometimes just talks about Jeffrey Epstein. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's my forget it. I forget that's wrong. That was my favorite coffee class when John shared his Jeffrey Epstein story. That was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I could not believe he was saying it. Like, I could not believe he was sharing that.
It just kept going and going. Like, you can't stop it. But it's like one of those things where that was when I was still trying to get John to open with an anecdote every time. And I don't know if I gave up after that or what, but it was like, John, we got to get these cleared beforehand. Like,
but you know the appeal of John. Do you know what's great?
Yeah. I lost
him.
No, we're losing him.
He'll come back in a second, Adam.
We'll never know what's so great about John. Actually, there's a lot that's great about John. He's incredible. I'm gonna add him back. Is he?
Sorry about that.
Oh, there we go.
Back.
What's so great about John?
I already said it.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to leave it so when it cut out, you guys didn't. What's so great about John is that he's chaotic. He's chaotic, and at any moment, he'll say something like that changes the conversation. Like he'll say something he'll pull something out of total left field and be like, "What?" It's great.
Usually involves someone famous or one of his students who he'll name.
Oh yeah, he names his students, and then was like, "Oh, that idiot," you know.
Oh my god!
Like, you can't do that. God, freaking John, he's great.
Oh, but he has a well of knowledge, and just plugging the podcast real fast. If you haven't been subscribed or keeping up with other things we've been doing other than Coffee Class, the podcast has been going live. We had some technical difficulties the past couple 2 weeks, so we're going to come up with a bonus episode to make up for that. But wow, if you want to feel like you are in John Warren's office, listen to the podcast. As someone who's visited his office and been in the room when Alexie and him just talk shop, so to speak, it is just like that. So
and it's really now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. His coffee class, or now when we see him here, he's in his office again, which is really fun. Because that's where we shot Writing a Short and where we would have shot everything else. But with the pandemic, it was in his apartment instead. So now he's back in his office.
Yeah. And all the podcasts, we do record them live on Mondays, which you can join the Discord and get plugged into that. But they will also, the past week's recording will go live, edited, the following week. So if you miss it, no problem. I see a couple people, I think Abdullah, saying like that he missed it. Well, you can download it and listen to it to your heart's content.
And I will say, the podcast has some of my favorite John content. Like, it's great. It's really, and it's,
wait,
and it's
what
not,
are you talking about specifically?
I just think it's great.
I want to know what you're talking about.
I think that the podcast is very substantive and like focuses on content, and it's like very dense, really high quality conversations. I think like the first 10 episodes or so that are up on Spotify and the Apple podcasting app, if you haven't checked them out, I personally like them. That being said, I'm in it, so don't listen to them.
Yeah, Adam listens. I don't listen to them. After they're recorded, I'm done. Carl will call me and be like, does this part sound okay? And I'm like, yep. And then Adam will be like, what did you, like at like 5 minutes in, what is this thing? I'm like, I don't freaking know. I don't listen to these.
They're
look at this. Dan, MVP. The only class I haven't seen yet was Third Man. Good
So
choice.
it's funny that we bring up Third Man, because like I have two answers for my disappointed. One is a cop-out answer. I was a little disappointed Third Man, not because of the episode. I thought it was a fine episode. The breakdown that John did, like a classic film, but watching it with Alexie was awful. She
I don't even
did
remember
not
you
like
trying.
that film.
I fell asleep. I had to keep like
I
trying.
mean, Alexie, what did you think about the full penetration sex scene with Orson Welles?
Wow.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, so good.
Well,
that reminds me of that
the.
reminds me of the Goodwill Hunting anecdote where they added in that sex scene just to see which producers would flag it. Oh, I can answer this question. What does NYU think of John doing?
Well,
all this?
let's answer that in a second. I don't want to segue from that to
Why?
But my second disappointed coffee class was Die Hard. Only because not more people came.
Carl
Die
wanted
Hard.
that to be huge. He's
Die
a Die
Hard
Hard
is-
man.
Yeah, if I had it my way, we would do Die Hard every Christmas. But I know we won't.
I apologize to everybody for that joke. That was terrible.
You were fine, Adam.
With the Die Hard question, though, we had a writer in our Discord ask if Alexie and Adam, if you could tell us what your favorite Die Hard movie is, and if you've seen the other Die Hard movies.
The first one is the only good one.
That's the only one I've seen.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Griffin. Griffin was there.
Hey, so is Dan. Dan's been to every one.
That's true.
That's amazing. We have to give him a prize. Oh yeah, Taylor hated that one.
Okay.
Wait, I want to answer the question about what NYU thinks of John. Okay.
That's a perfect question to bounce off of to talking about what's coming up for young screenwriters. Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
The answer to this is that they are happy for the most part, which is kind of a relief because the only thing was at the very beginning, there was some misconceptions, people thinking that this was a free class from NYU, which NYU would never do. I will tell you that now. And there is no chance on this planet that NYU would give away a free class. So if they were like, you need to make sure, like we got people calling NYU asking about the free class. And so they emailed John and was like, John, like, it's great you're doing this. But, like, make sure they know not to call us because we were really confused. And so that was it. That was really it. It's just they're fine with all of it because, I mean, as much as NYU is annoying for never doing a free class and some other things, they really want their professors to be, like, active in the field. And so they're happy. And they wanted to do more online stuff, especially during the pandemic. So I actually they kind of like interviewed me and John about like for tips on how to set up their own online stuff. So it's
And
a
they
very
did.
like supportive. Yeah, and they did great.
And they
And,
did actually their own. NYU did their own version of a free course. It was a $1,000 course.
That's
Oh, wait,
NYU.
that's the wrong one.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
For them, that's free. That's free. Like
That's as free as it gets.
$1,000
for
is
NYU.
literally free for them.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Mike, who his comment was up very briefly because I misclicked, is like, yeah, they really want their professors and teachers to get out there and succeed.
Yeah, they all know about it.
Them look better. Oh yeah. And
I mean, like I've had other professors email me about other things, then be like,
No,
"And I heard you're doing this with
precisely.
John. That's cool."
very
You know,
early on, I don't think this is throwing John under the bus. We're gonna go here anyway, but he very early on, he was apparently getting tired of his like the other teachers at NYU asking him for advice about how to get classes set up digitally because he had such a nice setup because of Young Screenwriters, because he had the webcam, he had the mic, and they just were constantly asking him like, "Hey, how do I turn on Zoom?" And just like, "What mic should I get?" And he would email me and be like, "I don't know what to tell these people." Like I'm helping my students. I can't help the teachers too.
yeah, he would CC me and be like, "Alexie, can you tell them what mic I have?" Yeah, it's on your desk, but okay.
I do think
So
that like the one group that might be a little pissed off would be John's actual students if they take writing the feature
Oh my
And-
gosh, yeah.
realize that it's the exact same course but like a little like better. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Like,
Well, yeah.
like some people would be really pissed off about that. But you know.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like honestly, like when we were trying to make the course, we were really like pushing John with questions that don't necessarily like because John is a very like teach by doing guy, and so he has all this information, and obviously like he taught it all to me and to Avi and to all the students, Hannah and Aaron and all Cosmo, all these people, but like it's not set up like the courses. Like it's not necessarily that you get it all in order, I would say. And so I think that if I have to say one of the things that I'm happiest that we did is we kind of like pushed him to expand on a lot of ideas, and like we kept asking why until we were able to understand like the core, like the things underneath that always hold true, like flaw and inner need was something that we pushed really, really hard. And then like we pushed really hard to nail down the final fight. And something that we helped John emphasize too was exploring what changes at the midpoint. There was all these like these things, these elements of story that he knew because he'd done it so much, but we like pushed him to articulate it, and I feel like that's one of the things I'm happiest about.
What are the best Wharton classes? Alexie, what was your favorite class with John in NYU?
So for us, he basically did this. Like for me, he was teaching a freshman class, and then when I was a sophomore, he was teaching a sophomore class, and then I snuck into his advanced class, and then I took an independent study with him my senior year. And my favorite ones was the storytelling strategies, because that was the one like where he's literally just talking about storytelling and like protagonists, and kind of it's basically writing the short. It was writing the short. The storytelling strategies. You end up writing shorts for his class. And then he did dramatic and visual writing, which wasn't my favorite because it was like a big like lecture thing, but I think he just had to teach it at one point. And that was when I had to read as Clarice. Didn't love it. And then his advanced class that was really, really, really fun. It's a year-long course that is basically writing a feature, where you're bringing in 30 pages of your scripts and reading them aloud like every few weeks, right. And you kind of like are rotating through. And it like kind of inspired how we run the workshops now, like with people turning in their stuff and like rotating through groups. So yeah, I'd say advanced and storytelling strategies.
And writing the feature.
Not writing the feature.
Yeah, Writing the Future is really good. I don't know
Right.
if you guys haven't taken it. It's good.
So this is a question that I can kind of answer, but I think it's something that we should use to talk about where we're going, because the answer is like a no. The intention was not to have Young Screenwriters snowball like this at all.
Intention's a difficult word. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, let's just say it was really surprising.
Yes.
Because the sequence of events that kind of led to Young Screenwriters just taking off was the pandemic was at its height in New York City, and it was surging. It was scary. And I talked with Alexie, and then we talked with John. We're like, we want to help people. We have this course we made. Let's just give it to people. Let's give people something to work on while they're stuck at home. And that was like our little piece of good we could do in the universe. And that's what we threw out there. And thousands of people took it up. Yeah. And it blew us away. And then we got to starting doing coffee class, which coffee class was named due to the fact we're like, awesome. Like, if you would like to help us get started, you could buy us a coffee, which I think the link is still in the description.
I think I took it out finally.
Oh, did you? And those early donations that a lot of people here helped with really kept the company going for a long time. So, like, seriously, this was a writer-driven enterprise. And writing the feature could not have been possible without people like everyone here. And like Adam's saying, what a monumental course. Like, there's not an screenwriting course out there right now that is at the same level in depth as writing the feature. And that is a product, one, due to John's expertise and the expertise of Adam and Alexie, but also with the community feedback we got in real time, week to week, as we were making it from you guys. So
yeah,
did we intend for this to snowball? No, but I'm glad it did with all of you wonderful people.
I want to share a little bit about the beginning too. It was like John and I would meet occasionally after I graduated and just chat. And I was doing freelancing online, and he was like, "Oh, you know how to do internet? I've been thinking about doing something online." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And he was like, "I kind of want to like." He and I had talked a lot about our backgrounds, and I'm, as you know, from Kentucky. John's from Ohio. There's not a lot of resources there for people who want to be a screenwriter. And like, I told him at one point about like, I went to our bookstore and there was like 2 books on screenwriting, and one was Save the Cat, which he hates. And I read those, and that was all I had. And like, I tried Googling it and couldn't find anything. And I was trying to apply to NYU, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was terrified. Like, then I got in and I was shocked, and then I was terrified that I was going to go to NYU and I was going to be like the hick who knew nothing. And like, so I spent the summer like teaching myself Final Cut, and then Final Cut came out with Final Cut 10 or whatever it is, and NYU stopped using it. And so then I didn't know what I was doing again. And it was just, I was panicked. And so John and I had talked about that before. Also because he like goes and he talks at high schools like mine sometimes to tell people to come to NYU, and high schools like mine being high schools that aren't great on paper. And yeah, so we talked about that, and he was like, I kind of want to make like an online course for people in that situation. I think that would be really cool. Like, we were both there, and I think it'd be nice to make it for them, and maybe it could, like, I don't know what. And so Carl helped us shape writing the short kind of based on storytelling strategies. And we shot it in an office one day and forgot to get somebody with a mic, which, as all of you know,
John forgot.
John said he got it all handled, and then the guy showed up to the camera, and he's like, "What about like sound?" And we're like, "Oh,
well,
as you know." But we shot it, and then we had it, and then like it was Reddit, and then Adam edited it for us, and then we just had it, and we didn't know what to do with it for a while. Then when the pandemic hit, Carl was like, "Let's just make it free and share it." and then people kind of blew us away. But
Right.
This is a great time to segue into what Carl's trying to segue into, which is, what have we done? Well, what are we going to be doing?
What are we going to be doing? Yeah.
In the future. And so we have writing the short, which turned into writing the feature over last summer. Really fantastic. You guys are one of the reasons why I think it's really, really a great course. And we also released writing the scene, which I also am very proud of and has really good fundamental approach to screenwriting. But we want all of our courses, we want to orient from the point of view of what are people actually asking for? What would be useful for writers? What would be practical? What is both practical and what people want? And we have 2 new courses that we're working on right now. The first is writing the pitch, which will be focused on A, not just pitching, but B, orienting ideas in a way that is persuasive and communicate in a pitch. Understanding what producers are looking for, what they're trying to articulate sometimes when they want things, like how those conversations work, but also mostly just what it is and what's important about that experience. Because it is a kind of a nebulous thing. People say pitch, but it means they aren't necessarily. Does this mean conversation? Does this mean, spilling my guts about this trilogy I've been working on for 15 years? Or is it just this movie? Is it a log line? What does it mean? So writing the pitch, we're going to try and articulate all of that, and also add in our idea generation hypothesis of what makes great pitchable movies and TV, obviously. And we're also going to work on writing the pilot this summer.
Yes.
And writing the pilot and writing the pitch are, they're great.
I'm excited.
So
We think writing the pitch will be available soon first, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that we're doing now. And then we're still shaping writing the pilot, because my favorite thing about writing the feature one of my favorite things that we did was we nailed down the tentpole, and I think it really simplifies things that a lot of people talk about in really, really complicated ways. And we want to try to do the same for TV. And TV is a little bit more difficult because there's hour long, there's half hour, and it's also there's a bunch of different approaches to it. So we're trying to come up with something. We're trying to figure out what's consistent between all of them, and then keep it straightforward. And also writing the pitch, I'm very excited to get to include stuff like writing pitch books and making pitch decks, because that was something I could not find any information on, really, besides just my manager sent me samples of pitch books, and then I was able to find some more online, but there was no information about why you do it this way, or what the deal is, especially when you're doing a pitch as an open writing assignment, you are being considered for an open writing assignment at a studio. How do you put together a pitch document? And when you go into the pitch, what do you say versus what do you include on the paper? And so I think it's going to be really fun to have all that, to give some more guidance on that I wish that I'd had. Oh, congrats, Samantha.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
That is super exciting.
That's awesome. We're so glad when people from the community end up doing stuff. So always feel free, everybody, to share whatever you're doing. John loves that stuff.
Yeah, it makes me very
we
happy.
all love that stuff. We love it. All right. So by the way, we should have started that off, but this is the first time. This is a secret announcement about all that.
What?
All the courses we're working on, all the plans.
Oh, yeah.
So, the coffee class crew, which I guess is now a name.
I hate that.
I
hate
do
that.
too.
Coffee class club.
Coffee class. I don't know. But this is sneak peek. There probably won't be a public announcement about all this until probably a couple weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did we mention timing?
Hmm?
Did we mention timing?
We haven't yet. Do you want to
Oh yeah,
mention
so
timings?
writing the pilot is this summer, ideally early this summer, because it's going to be a little bit more significant. We estimate that it'll be probably less expansive than writing the feature, and less oriented to complete beginners. It's really more about, because we don't want to have our products be redundant, and writing the short and writing the feature already sort of cover the base elements of story. So, and
so we don't want to get caught in the weeds of explaining. Like, we'll explain what a protagonist is in TV as it's different than features, but like we don't want it to be repetitive. Like, it's not going to be like, if you've done writing the feature, we want it to still be new information to you. And congrats, Danielle. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
amazing.
congrats.
Yeah, the sooner y'all can be chatting with producers, you start to realize what soulless bastards they are. No, I'm just kidding. I think producers are great. Producers are great. Agents are terrible. Producers and managers are great sometimes. Agents are all terrible. I've never met an agent who wasn't like a sociopath or sociopath.
There you go. Abdullah's
Totally
daughter was accepted into NYU.
Hey, congratulations.
Nearly full scholarship. Do you know how much they don't do that?
That is fantastic.
They do not do that. That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. I won't say bad things about NYU's financial situation.
Yeah,
but
don't
amazing.
say that.
No.
That's great.
So let's transition. I am going to try something right now. So everybody bear with me.
When can I share John's picture?
Might not work out. Yeah. This is just the main free music. But we are gonna play a game. And the game is 5-second summaries. And that's that. Yeah, I timed that. It's just 20 seconds, and there's a nice break at 20 seconds.
Wait, this is very interesting, because Carl, that was like the music that represents, like, I don't know, that was like a dream I had or something. Like, I'm feeling deja vu. Like, I've had this moment of experience where you shared that music with me in a public setting, and like, I don't know, I just feel like a unicorn's gonna like come through the window.
If
any moment.
Unicorn does, let us know. I guess we'll catch it live here on TV. But here is the 5-second summaries. So, for those of you, Adam is first. For those of you who do not know what 5-second summary game is, so
I don't.
The past year, we've been breaking down movies into details. Usually, this spans from like 10 to 20 minutes to break down a movie. Adam and Alexie will have to break down a movie that we've done in coffee class in 5 seconds or less, and the other will have to guess.
Wait. Is this like when John called Reese Witherspoon's, what is it? Into the Wild or whatever?
This is a step away from charades.
It's a step away from charades.
Reese Witherspoon.
I will be. So to count the time, I have a very high technology method. Oh, I skipped 3, but you get the idea. I'll be keeping track.
He told me originally that he was going to be throwing these papers over his shoulder, and I said that's not going to be very repeatable, Carl.
No, let's commit to it. Carl, you have to throw it over your shoulder every single time, even after we called attention to it.
I will do it on the last one. But okay. I will, so Adam, I will send you your first.
All right, I'm ready.
Thing.
I'm ready.
I'm going to. You're not going to. I'm going to text it to him. So get your phone.
I'm not going to win this game. I don't like games I'm not going to win.
I know.
Well,
but,
the winner gets to show the picture of John. That's where.
But I'm the only one who has it. So how is that a thing?
Can send it
right. See, you win no matter what.
All right. Let's go. Let's see. Come on, I'm ready,
so
Carl.
Adam's going to pitch it, and Adam's going to say 5-second summary, and then...
Oh, okay. Girl driving Grandpa dead.
From a sunshine.
Hey, there we go. Congratulations. 1 to Alexie. Wait, do I get a point, Carl, or does Alexie get a point?
Alexie
I feel like
Why did
then
you
I
leave,
have an
Carl?
incentive.
Oh, well, that's a great point.
No, you
well,
should
you
say
both win.
Wait,
if no one gets it, then like
It's
then
a team
we lose.
game. I think it's a
Wait,
team game.
Because
Unfortunately.
I have an incentive to do a bad job to get more points. Because the onus of the work is on me, not her.
I think it's a team sport, Carl. I think you made a mistake.
You know,
All
this
right.
is a team
That's
sport.
great. It's okay. Let's go.
If we don't get it, we all lose. We all
All right,
lose.
tell
Also
me.
works
Do
out
me.
to do it.
I'm gonna do it now.
Okay,
You do one I
so,
hate,
yeah,
and then
Little
I'll be
Miss
happy.
Sunshine.
Are you
Hey,
gonna
there we
tell
go.
me?
All right.
How do you
Also,
send it? Do you text me?
I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay.
This is not the best way of doing this, but this is the way we're gonna do it. So sorry, folks. Okay. So what I'm gonna do next time, and this is I'm just caught up in the
Next
flavor of
anniversary?
podcast. No. Like after this, I'm gonna give the audience a chance to guess what the movie is. So Alexie, don't go
Hey,
yet.
there we go.
I will count us off. So everyone, pay attention at home. You will be able to guess what this is. And Alexie, get ready and go.
How our character plans to end her 50-year plan.
Thelma and Louise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an inside joke, though. That's an inside reference.
I know. That's okay, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
Me and Adam are writing a movie, and the end of someone's 50-year plan is Thelma and Louising themselves into oblivion.
Yeah. It's a great verb. It's a great verb. Like, it's a great verb.
What a good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. Fun fact, that was Brad Pitt's first movie.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes, it was. Yeah, we had some more technical difficulties with my numbers.
No, it's amazing. Embrace it. Let's embrace it. Move on. Okay, my turn.
All right.
Do it again.
Who am I doing?
Who
am I doing?
Okay. This is a good one. This is a really good one. All right, we're still at 5 seconds.
Okay.
Hold on. And Alexie, if you would just hold on to your answer so people at home might be able to guess.
I can't guess.
Oh, you can. Just be like, all right, I got it. And then we'll give like people at home like 5 seconds themselves. Yep.
Okay, fine.
All right,
Ready.
and go.
Dear house, photographer, hypnosis, run.
Oh. Can I say it now?
And
Are
yes,
we waiting
go
for
ahead.
people's answers to come rolling in?
I think there's like a 30-second lag between it. So sorry, people. That's the magic is ruined. But Alexie, what is your guess?
Get Out.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, congratulations.
What did
Oh,
it-
Bella had it.
Yes.
Would it be a cop out if I had just said get out?
No, I'm sorry.
A man
There's
tries to get
a
out.
rule. I forgot the most important rule. You cannot use any words in the title.
You can't use
Okay.
any words. What you can do
In the title.
is
Like, get out. Like, if you
Oh, what
were
if I
gonna
said?
try to
What
get
if
out,
I said got in?
got in.
Yeah, I mean, that's your strategy, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a
No,
strategy.
that's a cheating strategy.
It's a
Look how
really
many
bad
people-
strategy. Yeah.
Wait, my turn. Send me one. Send me one. I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
Should it not be an inside? Now it can't be an inside joke because it's for other people, right? Okay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right. The next one,
Shut up.
Alexie.
It's my favorite. I have my own
first-
emoji.
We haven't
But you just
started
gave it
yet.
away. Oh, where's Bill?
Yeah.
People, trying to run a show here.
So Carl, we're trying to make this as difficult for you as possible. You know,
It's worth
your
it.
grand entrance into the community, and now we're just, Carl's gonna. I feel like Carl has like an insidious streak where he's gonna like remember this, categorize it, and like get back at me in like a year. We're gonna be like doing something, and he's gonna like totally like backhanded like get back at me. I don't know. I just know it's gonna happen. Be playing D&D or something.
Winter's Bone.
Oh, so good. Jennifer
find out,
Lawrence
Adam.
struggles in the woods. Meth.
You can't say the actor either. You can't say the actor.
Oh.
That's like that. So you got to say white girl peril.
White girl in peril in the woods.
Time.
Sad.
Fantastic. All right.
Carl
Adam, you were
Rage.
sent the next one. All right, Adam, let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
And Alexie? Oh, wait. Okay.
Am I holding
And
back my answer?
Just pause. Just be like, all right, I think I got it. And then we'll
Okay.
go. So ready?
Okay.
And
Mhm.
Ready.
go.
Infiltrate. House. Report card. Limo. Flood. Base.
Time.
What? Infiltrate,
repeat your-
limo,
you can repeat
house,
your memory.
report card,
You can't-
blood,
Basement.
basement. Oh. Report card? I thought it was Parasite.
It is Parasite.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
There's a
Report
scene where they
card.
look at the girl's grades because he's her tutor.
This is giving me insight into your brain and how your brain works, and it's not how mine works. I will tell you that right now.
Oh,
Like you have like these images that I don't associate with it.
Wait. We
Wrong
have to find a way to make this. This is like you just like Inception us. I don't know.
Yeah.
oh no. You know what? Let's say I did. That's just a mistake.
That's great. Amazing.
Did I-
Your brain does not work like mine.
I know. I'm
Sam, thank you for pointing this out.
Alexie,
Mhm.
are you a visual learner?
So I have a weird way of explaining this because I don't think I'm either. I'm someone who has to understand the connection between things, or I can't get it at all. Like,
Gotcha. I'm not
I
that
can't-
way.
like I stopped being able to understand math when I couldn't like visualize it but not visualize as in like a visual learner. Visualize like understand the relationships of why I was doing it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not communicating these in a way that you understand. I was just thinking like, what I was trying to do was like, yeah. So what I was trying to do was sort of summarize, like find the important scenes and moments, like the iconic moments, and like find a word that represented each one.
Man, woman, camera, TV. What was that thing? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
all right.
too vague for me. I need.
I had
yeah.
to just double check some things to make sure we're not going to have another Inception. Oh my gosh.
Person.
I
Yeah,
love that was the
person.
movie. That was the movie that like just pops out. It's like, God, I knew Leonardo was going to pop into my life somehow. I just didn't think it was going to be that way, you know?
Amazing. Okay. All right, we're back. All right, and we're back to Alexie. This is a good one, Alexie.
Is
I think
it?
you'll appreciate this one.
Will I?
Probably not.
I see dots. They're typing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I misspelled that.
Oh my god! How did you misspell that?
All right, and Alexie, you have to describe this in 3. No, that's next round. Next round we move to 3 seconds. So you have 5 seconds to describe this movie.
So wait,
Yeah.
I still just do 5 seconds to describe it.
Just 5 seconds. Yeah.
I mean, this one's really easy.
All right, and go.
I'll do it like Adam. Shush, tiptoe, cornfield, monster, silo.
Fireplace. Yeah.
See, I spoke Adam's language and it worked.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I think that way. I think it's actually that way of thinking is a strength in my writing, but it's also a weakness I have to check for, because sometimes like I'm a little too nonlinear, like in terms of like explaining, do people understand enough from this image? Like often in my rough drafts, not talk about screenwriting, I will get to like the essence of what's happening and totally not orient people until wait, what's happening? Why?
I'm showing how he misspelled quiet place.
It's not
No, get out of here. Get out of here. I'll remove you from the street.
Wow.
So, Adam, this next round, the next 2 rounds, you have to describe this in 3 seconds. Let me know
So
when you're
instead of
ready.
5, it's 3. That's the big change.
That's a big change. And then the last couple will be 1 second.
What? That's not even time. Fine.
Hey, the time that it takes me to throw this on my desk is what you got.
All
You should
right,
have to do
I'm
a
ready.
Facial expression.
I'm
All
ready.
right,
I'm
and
ready.
Ready? Set. Go.
Elves boring.
Lord of the Rings.
Hey. I'm trying to speak Alexie's language. I'm trying to speak Alexie's language.
You did it.
That is awful.
I was like, surely not.
Now, to clarify for people who don't know that I really love Lord of the Rings, I do. Yeah.
At first,
I
I
do
thought
not
you were
say that it's
talking about the movie Elf and saying it was boring, and I was offended. And then when you said, then I realized you were doing it for me, and I was like, oh, clearly. Obviously.
Yeah, clearly it's Fellowship of the Ring. To be clear, my position is very counter to Alexie's. And I think movies should be longer and more boring. That's personally my vendetta, my agenda. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right,
You guys
Alexie.
don't have any time for that. Your Carl's like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up.
Do the next
demonetize.
thing. All right, Alexie, for this one, you have 3 seconds to describe this movie to Adam, who has to guess it. And ready, set, go.
Little girl, baths, ghost.
Spirited Away.
Lost her name, pigs.
Spirited Away. The moment you said little girl, I was like, oh, yeah. Also, what I've really figured out is I understand Carl's logic. I know the movies Carl liked out of the copy class, and I understand he would never have. He knows which movies I would want to pick and which movies Alexie would want to pick. I know
He was trying to make sure that I wouldn't get screwed and not know what the movie was, like Third Man.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Look.
But here's the thing, Carl. That would have been interesting having me explain the Third Man to Alexie. I don't know. That's a missed opportunity.
Because I feel like you would be annoying about it. Like I feel like you would say things about the actual movie, not
No,
like,
what I would say,
or
I would
you fell
say
asleep. Your least
one word.
favorite.
Hatred. Hatred, black and white.
She probably would have picked that. I
All
think
of
she would
them.
get it. All right.
Maybe.
Oh, wait,
Interesting,
Samantha.
So,
Adam, you have to answer.
Round,
Okay.
for this round,
Okay.
it will be-
Hang on,
marry a
Adam's
hobbit.
answering an important.
I would marry a hobbit. I would fuck an elf, and I would kill a dwarf. To be totally honest, the reasoning being, the lifestyle of a hobbit is very much akin to, like, I think the ideal life. You get 6 meals a day. You hang out in your little burrow. Maybe you farm. Whatever. Who cares? You spend a lot of time in nature.
Adam wants to farm.
Elves, you don't want to spend time with them. Elves are like kind of like ethereal. They have their own thing. Like they're. I don't think elves would be fun to hang out with. Hobbits would be fun to hang out with. Dwarves, I don't want to spend any time with dwarves, specifically because I'm claustrophobic and I hate living underground in giant mountain fortresses.
There you go.
Oh no! Oh, he's got it.
Why do you keep removing him?
Technical difficulties.
It was too late,
Oh.
Carl.
Let me fantasize about my domestic life with Bilbo.
All right, next.
Adam
You know,
has
you know what scene?
5
last
second
thing.
summary.
The scene
What's
that makes me so hungry is when utter script too much. Every time he says that, I'm like, God, I love some toast. Okay.
That's true.
Mine in that movie is in the Two Towers. When they find the salted pork, and then the weed, and next thing.
Oh yeah.
And they find the big chicken. Like that's like.
The salted pork is particularly good.
Yes.
Oh
All right.
my God.
Moving on. I don't think the lovely writers here with us today want Adam and I to just nerd out for the next 30 minutes. So, the next one, Adam, I sent you the message.
Okay.
This one is yours.
Oh.
Let me know when you are ready. I think you got this one. This is another 3-second round. And go.
Shitty father, baseball bat, running through train.
Time.
Short term 12. Did I get it wrong? Oh
my
no,
God.
but you wanted me to do Train to Busan.
Yeah.
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 I don't think there's. Oh, I'm disappointed.
You see it
No,
though,
I see.
right?
I see it. Yeah, I didn't realize. That's my mistake. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
All right. We got some correct.
God,
so
what a good
someone guessed
movie.
Whiplash, which is that that's not far off either. No, honestly.
Maybe there's not train in short term 12, but I wasn't sure what you said, and then I pictured a bicycle. So,
Running through train. Yeah.
Running through rain. Anyway.
It's not me. I failed. We failed, Carl. I'm so sorry.
You should have known your audience.
All right. We are now going to move into 1 second rounds.
That makes no sense.
And that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. Come on, Alexie, you have to redeem yourself.
Wait, did he even send me anything?
Yes, I did. Short term.
Okay, wait. All right. Tell me when I can start. Tell me when I can start.
All right. Ready, set, go.
Don't be a Republican.
Election?
No.
Well, the reason I was thinking was that, Tracy Flick hangs out with the Republican senator at the end of the movie.
Oh. Lady Bird.
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. That was on me.
This is getting tough. This is getting tough, guys.
It's getting tough. It's a great movie.
I see why you went there.
Yeah, because I'm a visual guy, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you try to make it.
No excuses. No excuses. I am.
All right, Adam. The next one is for you.
Okay.
All right, ready?
All right, I'm ready.
And ready, set, go.
Live softly.
Time.
Die Hard.
Hey.
There it is, folks.
Yeah. Actually, I want to see the trailer for the movie Live Softly.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis at home.
I really thought at first it was going to be A Quiet Place, but then I realized that
we've already done that.
Yeah. What do you know?
Wow.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Are we still going?
Oh, there are a lot of
them.
Last one.
I have to double check this real quick. Okay. All right. We're in good shape. I just need to make sure. All right, Adam. This is your last one.
Okay.
Then Alexie will.
Did you text me?
Finish.
Wait, I'm guessing again.
You're guessing again. Yeah. Sorry, I messed up the more technical difficulties. For our high definition game show.
Okay.
Go.
Black T-shirt.
Whiplash.
Yay! There we go.
There we are. Okay.
That thumbnail is great. I have to just say that's like I'd watch that and be like, I'm on his side,
You're on Angry John's side.
I don't usually like condone like abuse, but like that I hate that actor.
You hate Miles Teller?
I think he's terrible. I mean, he's great in that movie. I just think as a person, I just don't care for him.
I don't know anything about him as a person.
He was, apparently he's a whatever.
So we are now moving into the last one, Alexie.
Fantastic.
This is for the John photo, everybody. If
Which I'm gonna
Alexie
post anyway.
and Adam get this correct, she will share the John photo with you all.
Fantastic. All right.
Alexie, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, ready, set.
One jewel that can't be undid. Home skillet.
Oh, Juno.
Can't believe you weren't gonna get it without the home skillet part.
I'm sorry, I needed context. Like, I don't know.
You did it though.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's a great movie. It's a great movie. The screenplay reads really well if you guys haven't read it.
It's the screenplay that made me want to write scripts.
Hey,
First
That's the last one.
Mhm.
I want to ask both of you, after we shared the John photo, what got you into writing? Why did you decide to pursue screenwriting as a career?
Hang on, I'm sharing John photo.
all right,
Yes.
let's see it.
My prize. There it is.
Oh
Wow.
my God, look how handsome the guy is.
Unfortunately,
that
this is
hairline?
how he sent it to me, cropped.
But you see that hairline creeping in?
Yeah.
It's beginning of the end already. Yep, right there.
But look at that. Look at those eyes. Those brooding. Those eyes. Apparently, he was blonde.
Oh.
Little blonde
Now
John.
this guy likes noir.
Yes.
Have you seen The Third Man?
Hide your daughters.
Yeah, hide your daughters.
Ugh.
Hide your girlfriends? No.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to
There
make
you
a
go.
Jeff joke in my head.
That was two. But there's just no, that guy.
Yeah, I don't need to do that.
Nope.
All right. Well, that's John, everybody.
That is
Wow,
John.
what a brooding photo. I want to know what the rest of this photo is that he cropped out. I bet it's really lame. I bet like the part that he included is like the cool
It was the
part. but
70s.
it's, like
It was the 70s.
in like bell bottoms and like
Like, this will ruin my public image. This bottom half goes down.
What he doesn't realize is that he ruins his public image every day.
it's true.
Yeah.
I have fun.
Start wearing glasses.
Fun fact about John. John is a vegetarian.
Yes.
John does yoga almost daily.
Yes. And he uses a neti pot
He uses a neti pot every morning.
and a tongue scraper.
That surprised me. The neti pot.
Yeah. That surprised me too. I was a little shook when we were having our
I was
business
surprised
meeting.
that he doesn't drink. That would surprise me. I wonder
No,
if that
but
was
if he's a super he's a vegetarian yoga nut who is into bike riding. Of course, he doesn't drink.
I'm like, how are you friends with anyone from Ohio anymore?
I don't think he is.
But he does have some friends back from
Or does
Ohio. I'm like, do they understand you at all? And he's like, no.
I think was the first choice of Fletcher in Whiplash. He might have been. I don't know. He probably can't disclose that information. I don't think anyone that this part doesn't matter. But let's get into Alexie and Adam. A great year of coffee classes, a great year of just spending time with this community. But what got you both initially into screenwriting? Why did writing become important to you?
Adam can go first.
Okay. So it's a complicated question because I don't necessarily have a clear-cut answer. I think it was a bunch of factors that all sort of coalesced into that unholy combination that makes somebody choose to be a writer. But for me, it was the emotional experience of storytelling moving me on a personal level and being interested in that. I've always been interested in things. I was interested in like story young. Like I didn't understand it. I didn't whatever, but like I wanted to experience that emotional catharsis in a different way. And also ego and being like, oh, being a writer sounds cool. Yeah. Like I'm sure my friends will respect me and people will think I'm interesting if I am a good writer. Which is yet to be the case. But no, that was some of the rationale. And then seeing the right things at the right time, like seeing the writer as like the agent, seeing the writer as like an important part of like the process. I'd say the one writer who influenced me to actually start writing screenplays. I hate saying it, but it's kind of cliche, I guess, but Wes Anderson, like 2008, I came into his work and like it was the first time I had ever like really experienced like a auteur, quote unquote, who consistently was like, oh wow, I'm aware of them as a writer. Like there's a consistency to all of his films. Like you can look at all of his everything and sort of understand what it was. For me, that's what it was. And then also I think that was the seeds of it. But I think the second half of the answer came in like 2013, 2014, when I actually started getting good and stopped sucking. And that was when I started working in theater a little bit and like doing sketch comedy and actually writing for actors. And like making the connection of being like, oh my God, this isn't a novel. These are documents that people take very seriously and interpret. Like when I made the mental connection, I knew that intellectually, but like actually having the experience of I'm writing something that a director is going to take apart and like analyze and communicate to the actors, and so they can make it better than the thing I made. So it was a collaboration and not just me having my ego-driven vision happen. That for me was the catalyst that made me an actual writer. Yeah.
I can kind of answer this question a little bit for John, from what I loosely know. He is an only child, and I think that I don't remember when the draft was, like Vietnam, right? That would have been something that affected him. And John's dad, I think, was military. And John told this story about how his dad one day, like just like set a typewriter down in front of him and like these like typing books and was like, you're going to learn how to type. And John's like, okay, like sure, but like why? And his dad was like, because you're going to get drafted, and when they do, you're going to say you can type, and they're going to put you far away from the field, and you're going to be doing like office work stuff, and it's going to save your life. And so John's dad made him learn how to type, and I know that he eventually went, I don't know if he was writing stories before that, but I know that that was a big part of his life. And then he started writing short stories. He went to like University of Ohio and was writing short stories and was making like a little bit of money, like submitting them to magazines and things. And then he applied to AFI using his shorts, like his little short stories. Because at first he thought he was going to be like a big novelist. And then he decided to try for AFI. And then once he got in, he started doing screenwriting. And I think his first like big script was an adaptation of that of the novel Body Politic. And then he just went on from there. Yeah. So I think to answer the question that Abdullah brought up, that Michelle asked before, if John wasn't a writer on his career path, if he wasn't a screenwriter, I think he was planning to be like a novelist, which is, I don't know what he'd be in a non-writing world, but that's what he was doing anyway. Adam, what about you?
Dad.
Yes.
No, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I think probably I'd be working in like, you know, I've done copywriting. I know how to talk to like marketing people, shit, you know, like I'm very good. I like my strengths as a thinker personally are very, like, I am able to think very logically and communicate clearly. So whatever I would be doing would be leveraging that in terms of like an ultimate career focus. But
yeah.
You kind of with writing, like if it's not your all in game, probably not going to happen, especially if you don't come from money.
Don't love it.
Like the reason why trust fund kids succeed is because they have the time to focus and because they don't have, you know, worry about paying rent or whatever. But if you don't have that situation, it really does take like full mental dedication to actually just show up and do it. So you kind of can't really think that way. I guess you could, but you know. What about you, Alexie?
I started off as a really little kid thinking I wanted to be a cartoonist, like very young. So I would draw, and then I made like a picture book, and I would just write a lot. I would write these stories in like second grade with my two best friends. I would write them after I finished like work. I would write a front back on one piece of paper, these stories called Cody stories. And then we would read them aloud at lunch. And then they would compete to see who got to keep it. And it made me feel very cool. And I liked it. And then I started playing RuneScape and I got super into the forums because like on the forums, you could write stories and post them. And that's not why I went on there. But then I was like, oh, this is really cool. I can get attention. And I like wrote stories, and the only constraint was that it was supposed to be like loosely on like a medieval world, so you could really do whatever you wanted. And I did that for a while, and but I didn't think it was a thing. It was just like something that I did, and it wasn't even anything that I like knew mattered, if that makes sense. And then like in terms of film, I grew up with my cousins next door, and my uncle like had like a camcorder, and we would put on shows and make him film them. And then we did our first movie, which is called Allie and Alexie's Jungle Adventure. And I did a really great stunt where I jumped off of like a little like play structure and then wrestled a teddy bear. And it was really great. It was a peak moment. And eventually my uncle let me use the camcorder by myself. And then at one point he recommended that I pick up the camcorder and move it, because I would only leave it in one spot and just do everything in front of it. And I just never put together that was a thing. It was just something I did when I was younger. And I had friends in middle school make this movie called Quack When Ducks Attack. And I showed up to like help them use ketchup as makeup. And it was like, it was pretty good. And then I didn't want to do anything with it though. Like I didn't think it was a thing because it was not like a viable career path in Kentucky. So I honestly never considered it. And then I thought I was going to do psychology. I thought I was going to go to school for psychology. And I went to a summer camp for writing. And the only opening that they had was for playwriting. And I said that I would do playwriting if I got to pretend that it was screenwriting. And I liked it. And then I was in a meeting with like a school counselor, and she was like, so like, what do you want to study in school? And like my parents were there, and I was like, film. And up until that point, I had said psychology the whole time. So everybody flipped the F out. And then she said, if you want to do film, then the best place to do it is NYU Tisch, but nobody gets in. And I was like, okay, I will do it. And I didn't understand it. And then the first script that I wrote really was like to apply for NYU. And no one from my high school had ever applied ever. I mentioned before that my high school was kind of like, it was like one of the bottom 15 schools in Kentucky. And no one even when I said like that I was applying to NYU, people would be like NKU, which is Northern Kentucky University. And people didn't understand what I was doing. And then when I was saying I was going for film in New York, they were like, that's a wicked city.
Jesus
and
Christ. I guess
and
not
then
Jesus Christ.
yeah, not Jesus Christ, opposite actually.
Yeah.
And then I went and tried my best. But I thought I liked writing novels like when I was in the RuneScape phase. But then at some point I realized that what I really wanted was to like make the movie. Like I would be more interested in making a movie. I never actually did it. I was just like, yeah. I remember thinking like I'd want to write a novel so that someone can make the script, so that someone can make the movie, because I want to have made a movie. And then I was like, why don't I just write the script for the movie? Oh, I can tell that story. How we can
It's a good one.
Yeah.
How did we get past that Alexie was hiding from the police in a drain pipe earlier? You see, Anna, this show, unlike the other coffee classes, is a full circle. And so we'll end on this story and a few closing remarks. But
I can't believe we're almost done. Yes, Theo, for whatever reason, wanted to be where I was. Bless you. But Theo likes horses, so I can understand that. That's all there is. Anyway, the story. I had a friend in Alabama, and I drove down to visit her. I actually met her at the writing camp, the playwriting thing. She was in poetry, and I was in playwriting. And we were hanging out, and then she was like, we're going to go roll this guy's house, which in other non-Alabama language means like TP or like toilet paper or like throw toilet paper all over their house. She's like, we're gonna go do this. And I'm like, oh, like, is it like a friend? And she's like, no, we hate him. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we all like, she like, picked up all of her friends and we went there, and it was like the house was on like a peninsula of streets. Like it was surrounded on all sides by streets. It was not the ideal place to be doing anything remotely illegal. So we were there and we were throwing toilet paper on everything. And I swear to God, it like looked like Christmas had come early. Like it was just completely white. Like we did such a beautiful job. It was stunning craftsmanship. And I remembered I saw someone up the block and I was like, oh, that's a little concerning. And they were like, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, you know more about this than I do. And so then all of a sudden, like, I guess 2 cop cars had like creeped up from opposite directions, and they both turned on their lights at the same time, aiming at the house. And there was like 4 or 5 of us, and 3 people ran one way to the front of the house, and me and the girl that I was with, she was like, run! I was just like, okay. So we sprinted, and everybody in Alabama has a dog, in case you were wondering. So there was like a line of fences and the road, like, I can't see, line of fences and the road. And we were running along the road, like in like the grass. And every single time we passed a house along the fence, their dog started barking at us. And the cop was driving behind us with his light sweeping on the fence. So we were literally like sprinting ahead of the light. And then she came, there was like a culvert. And my friend was like, dive, like jump. And so like we both like dove and rolled down into the culvert. And then she's like, we have to go into the pipe. And so then she crawled into the pipe, and then I crawled in afterwards. And I had been wearing all black because I felt like being a drama queen, but it actually saved us. And I like shielded us wearing all black, and the cop actually like shined a light at the entrance to the storm drain and like, held it there for a second. I thought we were effed. And then they moved on. And then they kept patrolling up and down the street for, like, I kid you not, like an hour. And I don't know if it was related to us, but this was a bored Alabama town, and I heard helicopters, just saying. And so we were in this storm drain far enough back that there was a dog above us trying to dig down, because all of them have dogs. And I was like, I think I'd gotten into NYU already, and I was like, I'm going to get kicked out. Like, I'm going to get arrested in Alabama, and I am gonna be screwed forever. And we didn't have our phones because we left them all in the car. We didn't know what happened to our other friends. We didn't know what the deal was. So we like, after like an hour, we crawled out of the pipe, and we were like roaming the neighborhood trying to get back to the car. And so we were like hiding in bushes, and we saw a car, and we like ran out towards it. Yes, big criminal. Like ran out towards it, and then it was an unmarked cop car, so we had to like immediately like swerve back and like dive into a bush. It was very dramatic, very scary. But eventually we found the car because they were driving around waiting for us, and we like sprinted to it and like jumped in the back, and they were like, oh my God, they said they were looking for you. They like, the cops knew that you'd left, and they said they were going to find you. And like apparently the friends had dove into bushes in the front of the house like idiots, and just like waited, and then the cops like came up to them and was like, what are you doing? And the mom and the guy who they hated came out and stood on the front porch while they watched the other 3 friends clean up the house. I was like, oh, that blew close. And yeah, the cops were confident they could find us, but they did not. They did not.
And
like Frodo and Sam hiding from the How to Dream with their Lorraine cloaks.
Yes, there you go. Not at all like that. Yep. But that was the story that I took, because John's prompt in class was tell a story when you felt a very, very strong emotion. And like he wanted it to be like fear or something. And I was like, I don't want to get into anything like emotional. I'll do one that's like kind of like a, like whatever. And so I told that one, and then John was like, now they tell it to the class. And this kid like told it with no nuance. It was just like, so she was like hiding from the cops, and like they were like looking for her, and like it was like bad, and then like her friends like cleaned it up and she didn't help, and like then she got away, and I was like, thank you. Thank you for that.
That's a screenwriter mind, though. That's a screenwriter mind. So like this girl, and like she's like hiding, and then it was bad, and then they get away, you know.
and they like got away, and it was bad. Yeah, and I was just like, thank you for that.
Fantastic. So on that, this wraps up class number 52.
Wow, fuck.
And going forward with coffee class, soon we're going to be rebranding coffee class. We're still workshopping that. So if you have an idea for what coffee class should become, let us know. Hit us up in the Discord. You can Carl. I will be in the Discord. I'm always there. Not really.
Can I share a little bit of what we have in mind?
Oh, yeah, please. I was about to, but probably better coming from you.
So we really love doing the story generation workshops. Oh, yeah. What does that say? What does that say, Carl? I wonder.
Alexie is the boss.
Oh, interesting. Wait, show it again. Oh, who put that there?
Wow.
That's so confusing.
Alexie, did you put that there? Alexie wrote that.
Why would I
Alexie
write it
wrote
about myself?
Alexie wrote that because she knew that it would subvert Carl's authority right behind his head. Alexie is the boss.
Right on my big head. You can't see it until it's intentional.
What? What is that doing there? But
So I'll take the
okay, you do it.
So copy class, we're definitely going to change some of the format from the weekly film analysis. We're moving more towards having more pitch week, making pitch week a monthly thing to have people from the community pitch their ideas. We'll obviously do fewer people, but we'll have it be like a time where you can regularly like pitch Lexi, myself, and John on whatever you're working on, us talking about the story in a hopefully useful way. People loved it when we did it, so we're going to do it every month. We also want to have more interviews, and we're going to try and keep that on a monthly basis. So we're paring down movie analysis, pairing up more like, writer, audience, community engagement, and all of that. Why am I soloed?
I don't know. Carl did it. He's trying to be dramatic.
No, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But
the other thing we want to do is like, how we do the story creation on the spot? Ron's always been very intrigued, and we have gotten him to tentatively agree to do that with us, possibly once a month. So John will be writing a story on the spot, which will be really cool because you'll get to see more of like what it's like basically to be in his office, telling him a story, and then him pointing out the things that aren't working. And so that's going to be fun. Basically, we are still going to do movie analysis, but we want to start pulling in other things that we think are like helpful in different ways for writers too.
Right.
Just to change it up.
Yeah.
And definitely come to the guest this month, Jocelyn Gonzalez. She was another teacher at NYU. She taught sound image, which almost made me want to go into sound, which is not something I was remotely interested in, but it was just so freaking cool. And she is so passionate about it and so good at like explaining why it matters. And she was great at teaching it too. So I would definitely, that class is going to be fun. And she can also talk about things like narrative audio dramas.
Awesome.
So I want to talk about that a lot so people come, even though it's not on paper. It doesn't look like a normal writing thing, but I think it's going to be a really invaluable experience.
Oh, in a big way. Now, before we go for the day, I want to thank once again the writers of the Young Screenwriters community. A thank you. And we cannot wait for another year to spend with all of you as we continue to grow. And I wanted to give you all one last little preview. What's in the works?
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
I don't know. You'll have to go back.
Oh, man. Well, thank you, Carl. Thank you for showing your face after 1 year. We'll see you again in a year.
Yeah, see you again in a year, everyone.
Oh my God.
And see you next week. We're doing the favorite.
I guess I could plug something.
Plug away.
Yeah. Go away.
So I have my own podcast, actually.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like a little thing. I have my own podcast called D&D Story Building, so Dungeons and Dragons Story Building. So if you're ever interested in Dungeons and Dragons and have ever wanted to run your own game, check out my podcast. You can hear a lot more from me. And all that jazz.
It's very good. He has lots of random people complimenting him, which I found to be very interesting and intriguing.
Don't settle me, but
yeah.
And I just want to say that D&D is a very interesting exercise if you have the interest and patience and time. But for writers, it's a very legitimate exercise of story. Basically, I learned a lot as a DM, mostly about like pitching an audience on the spot, because the players you're basically pitching the audience story ideas moment to moment as a verbal storyteller, and the audience is your friends and players. And if they think something you're doing is stupid, they may tell you.
Here, I'm grabbing the link for.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, thank you to everybody who have been here like since the beginning, but then also like joined the community and helped make it what it is, because really like that's why we do it. That's why we're here, and that's what makes this worth it to us, is just being able to hang out with all of you and write with you and create with you, and it's been really, really great. And I know John is very happy to be talking with writers from 170 countries.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
all right,
here's to another year of coffee class. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.